Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first podcast. My name is Ava Inaya, and currently I'm staying in the Netherlands. Actually, that's also the biggest inspiration for me to start this podcast. Originally, I am from Los Angeles, where I was raised, where I am working. And because of some very interesting current events, I went to the Netherlands for 8 weeks. Although I've been sharing a lot of my personal stories on TikTok, and maybe you are coming from a link on TikTok to see my podcast here, actually to listen to it. So I welcome you, and I'm very happy that you're here. But my podcast will not be specifically about personal things. During the last few weeks that I've been here in the Netherlands, I've noticed a few things that are going on. Some I like, some I particularly don't like. And this, while talking with my love, who is from the Netherlands. We met a few years ago. And okay, one personal thing. I've never been so much in love as I am now. That's all I want to say about it. You might hear some other things about this situation shortly on TikTok, but I will do my best to keep things separate. You might have noticed that my English is not my own native language, so it still takes a little bit of effort to put everything into words, but also with anything I do my best. Most importantly, to understand me. That's what it's all about. So what will this podcast be about? Well, first of all, I'd like to try out some things. I did some podcasts in the States that was a great success, but that was for completely different reasons, different people, different audience. So now I want to try it in the Netherlands while I am learning the language. Oh guys, this Netherlands language, it's so difficult. But I keep trying, and I'm still looking for an extra teacher who can help me to do this in a short time, because I need to surprise somebody someday soon that I will be speaking his language. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? Well, this is a tryout. I'm just dropping this podcast to see if we can get some people interested in what I have to say. I'm looking at the political situation in the Netherlands from another point of view than the Dutch people, because that's very logical. If you, being Dutch, would go to the United States or any other country and you would be staying there for a few months, you would look at the situation from a different point of view than the people who've been living there for many years. That's very logical. Nothing strange about that. So that's the case with me. I happen to think that, at least for some people, I can help forming their, so to say, healthy way of thinking. Not to put too much attention to tyrants that want to control your life, to people who think they are more important than anybody else. So that's a tendency and tasting somewhat here in the Netherlands. It's like, of course I love the people. That doesn't mean I see some things. I have to put it in the right words, ladies and gentlemen, not to offend anybody. Well, usually I say, if you want to be offended, go ahead. I don't care. It's not about me anyway. So it's about you and to help you being stronger in your point of view. The power of the people, ladies and gentlemen, especially in this small country, the Netherlands, you have about 18 million people, am I right? And still you are being handled like slaves by a very small amount of people. Few tyrants in your government city who are ruling your country, who are ruling your life. I've never seen, honestly, and I've been traveling since I was born to many countries in the world, but I've never seen anything like this talking about taxes. You pay tax for fuel, for food, for anything, and then double. And then if you are a company, they want to completely rob you double, if not more, because you pay this income tax above everything. It's insane. They play with your money. It's your money. You earned it. And really, I cannot understand why 18 million people are not together, standing up against this and say, until here and no further. No, we quit paying it. We're not doing it anymore. It's so easy. You think it's so hard and it's impossible because if I don't pay it, they put me in prison, in jail, and then it's finished for me and all the others, they do nothing. That's the way of individualism. Yeah. I'm not talking communism. I'm talking together you can achieve what you cannot achieve on your own. And that's what I see it's needed in the Netherlands. But who am I? And let's say almost married to a Dutch guy. I still think this podcast can be of use for some people at least. So let's talk about the situation with those jabs. Yep. What I like about the Netherlands is that this guy, Bill Gates, is now on trial, almost, in the Netherlands. So that's a very good thing, that finally, at least some people are trying to get a hold of this. Let me call it a first-class criminal. Now, these kind of people, they have no conscience. So that's a good thing. And then you see that in Australia, I heard last week, there was in the news, in the national news in Queensland, there was a doctor, a medical doctor, who got sued because he informed his patients in 2020 about the COVID jabs. Yeah, that it was dangerous and that they didn't get all the information, etc. The guy just couldn't do his job anymore. He was punished like a mafia criminal. But now, the Supreme Court in Australia is on his side. Tables are turning, ladies and gentlemen. And it's good to get a hold of that and get together because the creator of the universe and everything that lives is not going to tolerate the injustice any longer. You see it worldwide happening everywhere. Maybe not as fast as you and me would like to, but still it's something to be positive about. And positivity in itself, it doesn't mean all that much, but it's always better than negativism. The truth will always win in the end. And you say, whoa, I didn't think of that. Who are you? What are words you're speaking? Blah, blah, blah. We know this already. But if you know this, if you knew this, then certain things wouldn't have come as far as they came. Then people would not have died from these jabs. People would not be sick or handicapped for the rest of their lives because of taking it. Because nobody managed to warn them properly, you know? So before you say, I know already that you have to be positive and whatever, think again. Because, let me say it this way, my definition of knowing something is that you prove it by doing so, by acting like it. And then you can say, you don't have to say that you know it, because everybody can see that you know it by your actions. Yes, friends, that's all what it's all about. It's simply what it's all about. So, hey, it's so hard to think of something if you did not prepare at all. But this is just to try everything. I want to try if I can work with this technique. If it's something I can do every day or once a week, if anybody would be listening at all. I talked, of course, with my partner about this, and he encouraged me to do it. And actually, we would so much like to do it together. But he has another thing. He has been doing this for quite some time, and he really made a difference in the many lives of people, especially 2020, 2021. But then he got caught by government officials, and it's unbelievable what happened. How they try to shut him up, how they try to destroy his life, his income and everything, just to make sure he will never talk again. So we have to be careful. But I'm not careful. I can assure you that I'm gonna say whatever I think is needed to say until that Clark just shut me up too. But I can assure you the truth will always win in the end. No matter how long it takes, the truth will win. I know you have a particular saying about this in Dutch, which I cannot pronounce yet. I'm sorry. But I think you know what I mean. I want to thank you for listening to my rambling, this first podcast, and I promise you, only getting better and better. This is just a tryout, and I hope to make a difference during the coming podcast. So please subscribe to this channel, and I hope to hear from you. I hope to see you soon. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.